I've spoken a couple times about wanting to play this deck in Wild, so that I could go for the Gunspire plus Bouncing Blade combo, which is 10 mana, deal 24 damage if the opponent has an empty board. Apart from the Bouncing Blades though, there really isn't a whole lot that Wild offers to this deck. I'm trying out a Shade of Naxxramas in the 3-drop slot, just cause, I don't know, I kinda remember this card being good back in the day. And then I've got a Sludge Belcher I can play on turn 5, and a Loatheb that I can also play on turn 5. I'm not sure how popular of a card Loatheb is in Wild, I don't feel like I see it very often. But in terms of raw power level, it's one of the most broken cards ever printed. And since to some extent my deck does want to tempo the opponent out with like Frothing Berserker and Mukla into the Gurubashi Berserker, I think he's a good inclusion in the deck. I have no clue what other warriors are playing in this game mode, so I'll keep frothing and try to kill him.
None will survive.
Well, it doesn't seem to be the mirror.
Mind if I roll need?
Well, if he wants to draw cards, then so do I. Kind of a bummer. But I get to play my frothing into a clean board. I guess I'll hit him with the weapon. I play 2 Super Colliders, and I probably want to be going face anyway. Deathlord, sure. So he's probably like N'Zoth, that's why there's a Loot Hoarder. I can use Bouncing Blade to remove this thing if I really want. My Gunspire combo is still pretty far off. But let's see, I can just hit here. The Bouncing Blade only effectively does 2 damage. It doesn't seem very appealing. Let's just draw a card. And I guess I should make this hit so he doesn't kill with the weapon, leave this at 2, and then I can kill it with my weapon next turn. Pretty much everything I can pull off of Deathlord is pretty reasonable. Frothing was even one of my worst targets, so good draw. I think I probably just want to play a Sludge Belcher here, but I could definitely see Frothing being the play. I don't really think tanking up is that relevant in this matchup. Let's just see what comes out. Dynamatic was kind of bad. Yeah, let's just play a Sludge Belcher. That's your whole turn? I wanted to Super Collide this into something. Maybe that's why he didn't play anything. So I think I'm definitely playing Frothing Berserker. I can also play Mukla, but it doesn't make him overdraw or anything. I can't kill this 1-2, so the bananas, like he can just throw bananas on it and kill this. I could Faceless here to copy a 3-2 Sludge Belcher, but I'm not a big fan of that. I think I'm just gonna go Frothing only. And I probably just even make this hit. Get more stats on the Frothing. It means I can do this again next turn and these guys get to go face. It's a little bit worse if he plays Magma Rager, because then I can't Super Collider to trade them both off. Wow, got a flurry out of him. I'll take it. Loatheb. Let's just play a 6-6 for now. Could just develop the Gunspire, but with the Bouncing Blade in hand, this is kind of a standalone 10 mana play. Go for the Specimen. And then next turn can be Loatheb plus Mukla, maybe? I don't need to do that much more damage to him before the Gunspire Bouncing Blade combo just kills him. Could play a Faceless Manipulator here to copy this or something. Maybe copy my 6/4 instead of playing Lotheb. Oh wait, maybe last turn I was supposed to go Gunspire, and this turn I Faceless it and Bouncing Blade. Maybe I'll just do that this turn. I don't really want my Gunspire to die, but like, how's it gonna die? He could take some damage from it and then execute it, I suppose. That would be kind of brutal. He doesn't have the armor to shield slam it, even if he has like a shield block or something. Uh-oh. So this might just be lethal. We'll see. Bouncing Blade, please! Okay. Oh, I left him at 1. Shit. Okay, well, I mean, this thing is still in play. He still has to be worried about it. So can I just shield or Reckless Flurry here? Oh, this guy's gonna heal him. I don't think I have any guaranteed lethal here. It's not easy for me to damage my guy. He's gonna heal off this. Unless maybe the order just works in my favor. Oh, it actually looks like it does. Oh, okay. So he just died before the thing would heal him. Alright, that's nice. So my Gunspires just straight up did 39 damage, I think. Pretty sick.
Watch your back.
Victory or death!
I think I'm expecting him to be Mill Rogue. So maybe Mookla's just a good keep. He's gonna have hand size issues. And I do kind of need to kill him before he kills me.
None will survive.
Seven cards in his hands. I won't make him overdraw this turn. But that's fine. He doesn't have any minions in play to use the bananas, and maybe I get in there for 5.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
So it looks like my play is Acolyte or Shield Block. I guess I could Reckless Flurry here, but it seems pretty dumb. If I don't trade, he can double banana and trade, but I mean, whatever. I still feel like he's probably playing Cold Light Oracle, so playing Acolyte probably doesn't make too much sense. Oh, that's a good draw. Now he can't kill my Mukla on board. Shadow Step was a pretty efficient tool for him that he just lost. Auto Barber. So that's probably Kingsbane, right? Which plays Cold Light Oracle. Second Shield Slam, let's go right off the top. Okay, bad card. So I can hit him for 5, or I can trade and play a 6/6. It probably is pretty important to keep my hand size down, but it's pretty important to hit him for 5 as well.
What now?
Fuck him, I'm hitting him for 5. I'm just gonna play the Acolyte. I really want to find a Bouncing Blade so I can just kill him on turn 10. And I think it's kind of difficult for him to make me draw too many here. I have a relatively small hand, and I also need to find some plays for the coming turns. So he's already in the threshold for Black Owl Gunspire. Just need to find the blade and get to 10. But hell, with Frothing hidden behind a Tar Creeper, I have Leroy in hand. Maybe I just kill him without that. Ooh, there's the Faceless for the Leroy. That's probably my game plan at this point, is just Leroy Faceless. So I'm just going to play the Gunspire here. If it lives, I do have the loose specimen. Maybe I can just kill him. I mean, what's the worst he can really do? Sap it? Play it again, whatever. I think this is just fine. Like, yeah, he could be playing Vile Spine Slayer or something like that, but I don't know if you have room for that in this kind of deck. Sure thing. I probably just play it again. The specimen combo does 18. And even if it doesn't kill him, it does a bunch of damage. Like he plays, I don't know, a Cold Light Oracle and a Barber or something. And then that sets up for the Leroy Faceless to just kill him. Because I do still need 4 more damage before that's lethal. Holy shit. Ooh, Doomerang. Good hit. Well, without that, this guy's probably not that important, so we'll just play him because he's big, and play a Frothing Berserker alongside. There's the Kingsbane. And it looks like he's dead. Even if he has, like, prep sap. Alright, so we kind of beat his ass. This is definitely the kind of matchup where it's a good thing that we're playing, like, the Gunspire Leroy stuff, because normally Control Warrior just cannot beat Kingsbane Rogue. Although maybe there's a more efficient tech in Wild that I'm not considering.
None can escape my fury.
Victory or death!
Is this going to be the 4th Kingsbane Rogue I've played against today? I hope so.
None will survive.
Well, the Frothing is good on turn 3. Might even coin out the Faceless to back it up. Alright, coin Mukla into Frothing. This is how we beat up the rogues. That's right, Mukla's too big to deal with. 5 damage. Bit of a downturn for me here, but I still get to hit him for 7. And I'm probably just going to play Loatheb next turn, and he's going to die. I don't think this deck plays Eviscerate, so my 4 health guys should be pretty safe. Banana Minstrel, okay. Oh yes, please take your threat off the board. I think he might be dead.
You shinies. Smart moves. I concede.
Fuck Kingsbane Rogue.
I must protect the wild. Victory or
Mukla into Gurubashi Berserker, let's fucking go. Where's my loose specimen? Okay, I could really use a turn 4 play. That's a nice follow-up. I think I want to play the Mukla first. It does give me fewer stats on the long run, but Mukla gets to start smacking his ass next turn. So let's do it. Always Jade Druid. I'm not planning to buff the Frothing this turn. I'm planning to go face, so we'll lead with the Shade of Naxxramas. A lot of mana you got over there, friend. Probably want to line up my Lotheb into his ultimate infestation turn, which is actually this turn, huh? Can I just set up lethal in any way? 8 here, set him to 18. He goes to 23 with ultimate infestation. Then I could Gurabashi specimen him for 20. Doesn't set up lethal. Alright, we'll Lotheb this turn, and then we can Gurabashi next turn. Nice use of 6 mana. Whatever 3 to the 6th power is, I have that chance at lethal here. I think I'll just do this. With 2 Gurubashis, I can just kind of throw out the specimen. 50-50 that each shot is a good hit. This is fine. 3 of my guys just one-shot those. He could have had poison seeds here, but then I would have just killed him with Leroy. Wow, those bananas actually ended up being pretty obnoxious. I can use Reckless Flurry to clear and push 5. That seems pretty bad. Let's just drop Frothing and kill some shit. So his 2/2 gets to go into Lotheb. What does he do about the other giant creatures I have? Leroy is just lethal, right? Without Leroy, I had some pretty sketchy looking Dinomatic lethals, but the Leroy was obviously better because he died. People ask me all the time why I don't play more Wild, and that's because in my last 9 games, I played against 2 Jade Druids and 4 Kingsbane Coldlight Oracle Rogue decks, which are 2 of my least favorite decks to play against ever. But my deck actually ended up doing okay in those matchups, which is great, because those are the exact things that we're targeting. Decks that slow control warriors can't normally beat, but maybe they can if you play Mukla on 3, Gurabashi on 5, or just kill them with the Gunspire. I went 1-1 against Jade Druid, and I actually went 3-1 against the Kingsbane Rogues. And I actually feel pretty good about the list that I landed on. The Gunspire Bouncing Blade combo was actually surprisingly strong. I had a game where my opponent was at 24, and he had an empty board, so I just went Gunspire Bouncing Blade, and he just died. Surely he didn't see that coming. And at least at the ranked floor, there's nothing like Zoo you really have to worry about. I'm sure if I was a higher rank and there was more even Shaman, maybe I wouldn't have been as happy with my deck's performance. But against Druids and Rogues, at least not Odd Rogue, Mukla on 3 puts in some work. I think the card I was probably the least happy with was the Shade of Naxxramas. I didn't play it that many times, but it didn't seem like it grew fast enough to really warrant an inclusion. But it wasn't terrible. One of the cards I cut to make room for some of the wild cards was Dr. Boom Mad Genius, and honestly I didn't miss him at all. When you have all this other like big burst stuff, you just don't need to replace your hero power for this long-term value. The two strategies just do kind of the same thing. And I don't want to say Boom was the worst of the two strategies, but you definitely don't want both. Something that occurred to me while I was playing this list that maybe I should have thought more about when I was playing it in Standard is maybe Acolyte of Pain just doesn't make that much sense. It's not very aggressive in the matchups where you need it to be. And I'm not sure that you're that worried about card draw against the aggro decks, although surely finding your AoE is pretty important. But maybe a consideration for whichever format you decide to play the deck in.